After India raised concern over release of dreaded terrorist Zaki ur-Rehman Lakhvi, the United Nations Sanctions Committee has assured India that it will take up issue at its next meeting. India's ambassador to UN, Ashok Mukherjee, had written a letter to the chair of UNSC Al-Qaeda Sanctions Committee, Ambassador Jim McAuley, expressing concern over Lakhvi's release. The letter stated his release violates provisions of the committee concerning Al-Qaeda associated individuals and entities. India had also pointed out as a listed terrorist, Lakhvi can neither receive nor give money, and all his assets and financial resources have to be frozen. Any bail money posted for Lakhvi is also violation of provisions of the Sanction Committee. The success in United Nations follows a startling Home Ministry report on Lakhvi's post-prison activities and top-level protection he has been given. The report was brought to you by Headlines Today on 22nd of April. Clearly mentions that Lakhvi is kept at a safe house near Lahore, away from public eye. He is heavily guarded by Pakistani army commandos and ISI agents. In fact, the plainclothes men seen escorting him from the prison were themselves ISI agents. Worse, the report cites conclusive evidence that Lakhvi is in regular touch with Jamaat-ul-Dawa chief Hafiz Saeed and is fully in a position to design and orchestrate another big attack in India.
प्रोटोकॉल का रिक्वायरमेंट के अनुसार सब कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट है, लेकिन ये बायलैटरल इश्यू है. ये प्राइम मिनिस्टर खुद इंटरवीन कर इस इश्यू को सॉर्ट आउट करना पड़ेगा. यूएन को बेचकर ये इश्यू यूएन में उठाना हो सकता है उचित है, लेकिन साथ साथ बायलैटरल डायलॉग जारी रखना जरूरी है इस विषय पर.
Let me now go across to Deputy Shiva, who is joining me on this story, in fact, from the newsroom. Shiv, two aspects that are also coming in from those sound bites that we heard. Number one, the government of India, of course, getting that victory there in United Nations. There will be, of course, many those who would be saying that it is right for the government of India to take it up with the United Nations, put some pressure on Pakistan and get Lakhvi back in the jail because Pakistan is not cooperating. But the second aspect of it is that now you are yourself internationalizing this issue that so far India has vehemently said is a bilateral issue between India and Pakistan.
You've captured the entire dilemma over Lakhvi, the United Nations and Pakistan perfectly, Ankit. That's precisely what the quandary really is. The fact is, the United Nations Security Council, one department has said that they will take it up at one of their next meetings. India has always been extremely sort of touchy about the United Nations when it comes to bilateral issues, especially when it concerns Pakistan. So far the UN has been out of bounds when it comes to bilateral issues, but at this juncture, suddenly with the UN saying that they will take up the issue of Lakhvi at one of their next meetings of the Security Council, there's a certain amount of a dilemma that's been captured in those things that have been said. You've got the ruling party that's actually hailing it and welcoming the fact that the UN will take it up, and you've got the opposition, you've got people like KTS Tulsi, who I agree with in this instance, saying why do we need to internationalize the issue? The simple fact of the matter is the Lashkar-e-Taiba is already a banned organization. There is pressure from the United States on Pakistan as far as the LET and the JUD are concerned, but the question is, should India pursue the internationalization of the Lakhvi issue itself? Isn't it enough for India to actually get US and other countries to pressure Pakistan as far as Lakhvi is concerned, but stop short of the threshold of actually making it a United Nations issue, simply because that would appear to be hypocrisy on India's stance as far as the United Nations is concerned on bilateral issues with Pakistan. On the other issue of the Home Ministry report that we've got our hands on, it is clear that Indian agencies know precisely where Zaki ur-Rehman Lakhvi, the mastermind of the 26/11 terror attacks, is. Ankit, he is in a safe house in Lahore. This is a devastatingly specific report that our correspondent Mausami Singh has gotten her hands on, which tells agencies not just where Lakhvi is, but also identifies the possibility explicitly in that report that he could be planning another attack on India.
Shiv, very quickly, according to this report that you are mentioning, of course, that Mausami has got exclusively for Headlines Today, it clearly mentions the support that the Pakistani state is providing to Zaki ur-Rehman Lakhvi. What can we expect from the United Nations? Can we expect that actually after taking it up in the committee, there will be some action that will be seen in Pakistan? They will be under some pressure, or it is just going to be, you know, one-off tactic that we can talk about and nothing on the ground is going to take place?
Well, good question. That's something that, Indian agencies would love an answer to at this point of time. They've got all of this, very detailed, specific tactical information, including location, including who's guarding Lakhvi at that particular safe house. I'm told, I had a word with Mausami. Her sources tell her that the specifics in this report, which we obviously for, security reasons can't put out here on Headlines Today, go into the precise details of where that safe house is, Ankit.
Yes.
The precise location, the road, the absolute locations of where, that really is. It's a mixture of, human intelligence on the ground, our own intelligence from, this side. All of it combined has provided a very detailed picture of where things are actually at. Now, whether India expects things to move in the right direction as far as Lakhvi is concerned, would be an exercise in futility, simply because the huge amount of international pressure already on Pakistan as far as Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jamaat-ud-Dawa is very well known, including the United States, including several countries in Europe, including the United Kingdom as well. The simple fact of the matter is, post the Peshawar massacre, there was a high expectation that Pakistan would fall in line and ensure that terror cases reach their logical conclusion. But for some reason, India perhaps has been a little naive as far as 2611 is concerned, and that is because Zaki ur-Rehman Lakhvi is a state actor. He's not a non-state actor. He's being protected by the Pakistan army, is what this report says. He's being backed completely by the Pakistan state, and he is being shielded because obviously there's a threat to his life as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shiv, for bringing us perspective as far as that story is concerned. But of course, many, not only in India, but across the international community, disappointed with the way Pakistan has reacted even after the Peshawar attack.